In our fast-paced world, there's a place on Long Island where time just moves at a different speed, you know, like it did 168 years ago.
Look at it. Of course, we're talking about the St. James General Store, a living piece of history that is still serving its community. And we got Joelle Garguilo here to tell us all about it.
Yeah, can I just tell you guys, I grew up in this town. So, and it's like such a special place. There's pictures of my dad and his family. They moved from Brooklyn out to Long Island.
In the store?
Outside the store, like on a horse.
Wow.
I mean, yes, like on, I mean, it is just, it's a place that's hard to describe. It is so special. In a world that seems to change by the minute, there are still places where tradition isn't just remembered, it is treasured. And that is the St. James General Store, where for more than a century and a half, the past remains beautifully present. When the bell rings as you walk through the door, you're immediately transported, not just to another place, but to another time.
Silly Putty, the original Dunkin' Yo-Yos. Every time you walk in, there is something nostalgic from your childhood that will make you smile.
This is the St. James General Store, where for 168 years, not much has changed. And that's exactly the point.
I'd say it's pretty iconic as being the longest continuously operated general store
in the
entire
country.
It has never closed its doors.
It's a place where penny candy still costs pennies, where memories, tradition, and history line the walls.
These small bottles were used for the measuring of the medications.
You posted a paper, and that is how news spread.
You feel it, even hear it, in every creaking floorboard.
If you could imagine for a second what this town was like, what this area was like, what role the general store played in St. James.
It was a pretty integral part of the community. It was the hub for everything. So you came here to get all of your needs for a typical day in the 19th century.
Like, what is a typical day in the 19th century? What would someone's needs be back then?
So agriculture was big, so you could come here and get all of your tools, seed, grain. You would come here for groceries, candy, obviously, for kids. So that part has remained the same since the beginning. You would also come here for medications. There was a pharmacy, and it was just a really cool place to hang out.
Stephanie is the buyer and visual coordinator, currently keeping the magic alive.
And that's really where the magic is, seeing how excited the kids get to see all these things that we have. Back in the 1800s, you would come and exchange mail, and we also have the original fridge. You would have all your ice in here, all your perishables. There's actually a little spot under here where you could strike a match.
Upstairs, where celebrations once took place, now houses books about local history and maybe a ghost.
I think a friendly ghost.
A friendly ghost,
I think
for
a friendly
sure.
ghost.
Yeah, there's amazing energy in this store. I have never felt anything outside of that. We have the original phone in the village.
So if someone needed to use the phone, they would come to the general store?
Yes, so to paint a picture, it's much different than it is now. You would actually have to wait and get a ticket with a number to use the phone for whatever it is that you wanted to do.
So magical here.
What can you tell me about that bear over there?
His nose was replaced
yes.
at least 7 or 8 times.
Madeline has worked here for 29 years. She's seen generations grow up in these aisles.
I went from fearing that bear to knowing I have pictures with that bear.
Because all the children, he would be out on the porch, they would rub their nose with the bear.
In a world that moves faster every day, at the St. James General Store, we're reminded of the beauty in slowing down.
What do you love about the St. James General Store?
From the time I came in here, it had a home feeling. And working with the people that I worked with for so many years, it's almost like coming home.
It feels like family. There's like a love and a passion with all of the women that I get to work with who have been here since the beginning, and they get to show me how to keep the history of the store alive, and it does. It feels very much alive.
Yeah, I know you guys have got some news to get to, so I will just say if you find yourself on Long Island, head to St. James and pop in the general store. It is magical. And now you see why.
Yeah, it is gorgeous.
What a treasure to have grown up around that.
Yeah, I know, and like
You know?
now it's a
How cool.
destination. It really is. So thank you for allowing me to share the story.
It would be a lovely place to take the train out and just kind
Right?
of spend
Just-
the day.
And you
Yeah.
can stop at the
Take the
Gargiulo
kids.
Bakery on the way. My
hey!
family doesn't own it anymore, but they used to. It's right over
We
there.
know the Gargiulo
Yeah.
Bakery, we know St. James, and we learned about your roommate today in Albany. From
No,
St.
yeah, that was your
Oh, I
roommate.
forgot that.
I mean,
That was your roommate.
We learned so much about you today, Joelle. It's fantastic.
And yet you've just scratched the surface.